In my past few videos, I talked about some of the upcoming flagship phones with Snapdragon 8 Elite chipset such as the iQOO 13, OnePlus 13 and the Xiaomi 15 Ultra. There is another phone that is launching next month with the Snapdragon 8 Elite, and that is from Realme. It is named the Realme GT 7 Pro, and while we did not have any Realme GT 6 Pro this year, we did have a Realme GT 6 in China with the Snapdragon 8 Gen 3. So it is safe to say that the GT 7 Pro is a successor to the GT 6. Now do not get confused with the Realme GT 6 that is available outside China, because that one has the Snapdragon 8S Gen 3, which is less powerful than the 8 Gen 3. Realme has now shared the official images of the GT 7 Pro, and we now know how the phone looks like. So in this video, let us talk about everything that we know so far. Starting with the design first, the Realme GT 7 Pro is coming in 3 colors: orange, black and white. And unlike the GT 6 which had a dual tone design, the Realme GT 7 Pro has a pretty plain looking design. Except for the orange color option which has some sort of a pattern on the back, the other 2 colors have a clean design with no pattern or gradient or whatever. There is no vegan leather or anything like that, so the phone simply has a glass back. The camera module is placed in the top left corner and it has a triple camera setup. The camera module also says 120x, which is the maximum digital zoom that is supported on this phone. The frame is flat, and since there are visible antenna lines, it means that this is a metal frame just like the Realme GT 6. Finally, the Realme GT 7 Pro has a flat display on the front where the glass on top is curved on all the 4 sides. So it is quite similar to the micro quad curved display that we have seen on Xiaomi flagships. And well, that is all about the design of the Realme GT 7 Pro. As for the specifications, we do know that the Realme GT 7 Pro has a huge 6500 mAh battery. For comparison, the Realme GT 6 in China has a 5800 mAh battery. On top of this, there is 120 watt fast charging support as well. Now, even with such a large battery, the thickness of the phone is around 8.5mm, which is impressive. Moreover, while the Realme GT 6 was over 200 grams, the Realme GT 7 Pro is lighter than that phone. If you think about it, it is absolutely crazy what these Chinese smartphone companies are doing recently with batteries. Under the hood, the phone has Snapdragon 8 Elite chipset, and so the performance is going to be top notch. The display is also one of the highlights of this phone. It has a Samsung-made OLED display, and Realme calls it the Eco 2 OLED display. The peak brightness while viewing the HDR content is 6000 nits, but that is not the best part. In the high brightness mode, the brightness goes up to 2000 nits, which is the highest on any smartphone display. For comparison, the iPhone 16 Pro Max has a display that goes up to 1600 nits in high brightness mode. If you do not know what high brightness mode is, it is a feature that lets the display reach its maximum brightness when viewing under direct sunlight, and typically it works if the auto brightness is on. One interesting thing about this panel is that it does not have a polarizing layer that traditional OLED panels have, and due to this, the panel offers an increased visibility and contrast. The display on Realme GT 7 Pro has a 120% P3 color gamut, which is the highest in the smartphone industry, and this is an 8T LTPO panel. The display is quite power efficient as well, as the brand says that the power consumption has reduced by 52% compared to the display on Realme GT 6. The phone also has an ultrasonic under-display fingerprint scanner from Qualcomm. And finally, we know that the phone is IP68/IP69 certified. And well, that is all we know so far. Realme GT 7 Pro is definitely looking like a solid flagship killer smartphone, but it is going to face a tough competition from other smartphone brands like iQOO and Redmi. The phone is also launching in the Indian market next month, so let us see at what price it is launched. What are your expectations? Do let me know via the comment section below, and as always, I'll catch you in the next one.